Gauteng province undertaking its bid to accelerate economic recovery and reconstruction plans. Tourism is one of those avenues that can ensure economic recovery in the province. So let's find out more about what has been done. Gauteng Tourism fast-tracking economic recovery. Barba Gaoganediwe is spokesperson from Gauteng Tourism. He joins us now. A very good evening to you. And thank you so much for speaking to us, Mr. Gaoganediwe. So it's that time of the year, and I'm wondering, are you doing something different? How has the Gauteng Tourism Department geared up to welcome staycationers in particular, or visitors from across the country for the Easter period?
Thanks for having us, Tsepi, and happy Easter to you and your viewers. Yes, we are doing something different. We are accounting to the highest number of visiting families and relatives as Gauteng, but we are also a net exporter of domestic travel. So that means per capita income, majority of people in Gauteng are prone to travel outside the province to all the other provinces and the neighboring countries. So we have been on a drive to encourage locals, people of Gauteng, before they go out, they must appreciate and know their own backyard. We've been encouraging them to be tourists in their backyard as we welcome visiting friends and relatives, as we welcome all the other regional and international visitors. The people in Gauteng shouldn't be boring hosts. They should be able to know where to take the guests, where to take the visitors, immerse them with our sprawling township experiences. But because it's also Easter and observing the holy month of Ramadan, we have been able to work together with our trade, with our attractions, our hotels, our experiences, to be able to be responsive to the needs of the travelers. That means making sure that they eat their meal on time, those that are observing Ramadan. That means those that are traveling to various churches, they get their packages, but equally working with our law enforcement agencies to make sure that we continue the crusade of making Gauteng a visitable and safe destination. But we have also been targeting families. As you know, the young ones are home, kids are home. Staycations include going to those water activities. The weather gods have been kind to us. Splendid weather here in Gauteng during this Easter period. But we also have an age-long family gathering extravaganza in the form of the Rain Show, which have seen bumper increased numbers since it started last week and hoping to continue until the 10th. So these are some of the activities that has been happening. In Gauteng, we are amongst the third province that receives highest number of domestic travelers. And we want to make sure that these are not just housed in certain and affluent areas. They immerse themselves in our townships and our hidden gems.
So let's talk about that, the visiting friends and family or relatives or market. I want to understand, how did you work around that? Because it's also a cost issue. It's good to see new places, do different things. How affordable do you make it? And how unique, the townships are in themselves unique communities, but how do you draw people in to say, this could be actually your annual or daily experience, that it's something to celebrate and keep in mind when you come to Gauteng?
And we have been receiving fantastic support from the communities that have been taking part, and uptake have been fabulous. Firstly, we had to immerse themselves with the itineraries. If Tepi, your cousins from Hammanskraal visit you, or from other provinces, you should be able to know exactly. So we have been on a crusade to develop jointly with our residents memorable experiences under 50 rands, which are those places that you can be able to go with the kids, and 100 rand, which are those places that you are able to enjoy an authentic meal in our township. So we've been aware of the economic strain that people are enduring. Hence our call that don't rev those V8 engines and go to the coast while you are able to have a splendor in your own backyard. And the reception from the communities have been fantastic. There have been flooding into our heritage sites. There have been flooding into the rent show and many other events. And we have also seen tremendous support from our partners, our restaurants, where they are able to offer a kiddies meal for free with the family package when they are buying. And it's these little things that starts oiling the recovery. Remember, we're coming from almost 3 years. This is the first Easter where we are celebrating with full opening, churches being able to gather, people able to go out. And we had to make sure that we address the issue of cost without diluting the authentic offerings that are in our province.
I'm just actually curious, how much do religious pilgrimages account for, the tourist traffic in Gauteng in particular? Other provinces, particularly Limpopo, are more well known for that. Do we have a significant number of that? And also safety, that's also a big issue. You're speaking about partnerships. What do you do during this period to ensure that people actually do feel safe and free also to go out and about and enjoy themselves?
The best form of defense, especially in these tough economic times we have, and as residents, is to make sure that as officials, as partners in the tourism space, we make sure that the proceeds of the visitor economic growth that we are hoping and pushing that it comes benefit local residents. It will be those residents in Vilakazi Street, the residents in Tsueu Street in Mamelodi, the residents in Hector Peterson Memorial in Mamelodi that will be apprehending anybody who threatens their livelihood because they have seen direct benefits of tourism into their pockets. They are able to take their kids to school. So that's the first thing. The second part, as announced by Premier Ali Sufi, the deployment of over 6,000 law enforcement agencies into our streets. These are not just men and women who are going to police the tourists. They are offering residents, citizens, and everybody safety and comfort. And we've been working with them, including programs of tourism monitors that are deployed to our key heritage sites. That's how serious we take this matter of crime and grime, issues around safety, issues around cleanliness of our facilities. But coming back to your point around religious tourism, a huge part of what we call our niche market, probably outside Moria, the largest gatherings this Easter are happening in Zierbekom. You have seen Orlando Stadium, church stadium filled to capacity with Bishop Zondo there, and many others. So we take pride in the fact that people are able to use our world-class facilities. The facilities in Gauteng are not just for sporting and cultural activities. They are geared to also welcome thousands of Easter and religious tourism participants. So as a result of our world-class facilities, we have been able to have seamless interface with those that are going out to cultural and sporting activities. And this can be attributed to our working relationship with the law enforcement agencies, local authorities, but most importantly, our operators on the ground who have been the backdrop of our growing tourism revenue since the 2 years of devastation. The local tour guides, the storytellers in our facilities, the chefs, those that are making the food, those that are guiding you, those that are making the beds, have been real champions host as part of the staycation drive we are doing this Easter.
Much appreciated your time and insights, Barba Gaoganediwe is the Gauteng Tourism spokesperson.